Hey everyone, there's almost 400 of us here now. Thank you so much for all the support, but let's not waste any time and jump straight into it. I've got my three clips ready here. The first one is a full body shot, the second is a close up, and the third one is a car with the window rolled down. To save some time, I've already prepared the roto of the subject from the first clip and trimmed the footage, just like you can see here. Now you can see that the roto isn't completely perfect. There are some rough edges around the subject. To smooth that out, go to the right panel, open Effects and Presets, and search for Refine Soft Matte. Then just drag and drop it onto your clip. If the effect looks too intense, simply go over to the left side and adjust the settings. Specifically the radius. I'm setting mine to 5, but feel free to choose what works best for you. Now I'm going to bring in my background clip. At this point, we're still working only with the roto layer, not the full background, so take that roto clip and place it directly above your second clip, which is the close-up shot, and position it to the right so it lines up just how we want it in the timeline. Once it's in place, right-click on the roto layer, go to Time, and choose Time Reverse Layer. This is going to play that clip backwards. Next, we'll add an effect called CC Scale Wipe. You can find it in the Effects and Presets panel. Just search for it and drag it onto your roto layer. Now let's adjust the settings. First, click on Center and move that point to the middle of your subject's nose. That's where we want the effect to originate. Then set a keyframe for stretch and change the direction to 180 degrees. To see your keyframes, press U on your keyboard. This will reveal all the animated properties for that layer. From here, move 6 frames forward in the timeline, and then change the stretch value to something like 6.4. This creates that stretching effect we're going for. Now, to smooth things out, select both keyframes, right-click, and choose Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease, or just press F9 as a shortcut. Now you can see we've created this cool stretch wipe transition effect between our roto subject and the close-up shot. Now we're moving on to the second part. First, click on the car clip and duplicate it. Then right-click on the duplicated layer, go to Time and select Freeze Frame. Next, move 13 frames to the left on your timeline, though this depends on how long your clips are, so feel free to adjust it based on your own footage. Once you're there, extend the freeze frame so it reaches that point. Right here, as you can see, we'll do a split and delete the remaining part of the layer. Now, double-click on the freeze frame layer to open it in the layer panel. Then select the pen tool and carefully mask out the car window. This part might take a little time, but it's important to get it looking clean. Once you're happy with the mask, just go back to your main composition and we'll move on from there. Now we're going to duplicate our freeze frame layer, the first one we created. Just hit duplicate and then hide the original so it doesn't get in our way. Next, let's move over to the second duplicated freeze frame layer. Press M on your keyboard to reveal the mask settings. Then check the box next to inverted. And as you can see, the window mask is now flipped, showing the opposite part. Now press Shift plus P plus S to bring up both position and scale properties. Move to the end of the clip and set keyframes for both position and scale. Then go back to the beginning of the layer and zoom in. Adjust it so that we're fully focused on the close-up shot underneath, as if we're pushing through the window. Once that's done, select all your keyframes and press F9 to apply Easy Ease. So now you can see we've got this kind of transition effect. It looks like we're zooming out. But to make it look more realistic, we still need to tweak the part with the window. Now let's unhide our original freeze frame layer, move to the end of the clip, and then go 2 frames back. Press P to bring up the position property and create a keyframe right there. Next, move 4 frames forward and drag the window all the way down as if it's sliding out of view. Then, as always, select both keyframes and press F9 to smooth the animation with Easy Ease. Lastly, we'll add the directional blur effect to give it a bit more motion realism. You can find it in the Effects and Presets panel. Just drag it onto the same layer. For the settings, set the blur length to 21 and change the direction to 65 degrees. And there you go. You should now see the almost final version of the transition with the window sliding down and everything blending together smoothly. The last thing I'm going to do is add an adjustment layer. I'll drag it all the way to the top of the timeline, then I'm counting 20 frames in, but of course this is totally up to you and your specific timing. On this adjustment layer, I'm applying a flash effect. You can use any flash you like. I'll be using one from my own shake pack. This just gives the whole transition more energy and visual impact, and the flash blends really nicely with the wipe transition we created at the beginning. And that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment if you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next video.